Hope everybody is doing well. Since 6th of July this year, candidates are getting invitations through the access entry of all the programs. On the flip side, all the PNPs have been sending invitations relentlessly to the candidates. Today in this video, we will be talking about that how many candidates have got the invitations through the access entry and by all the PNPs in the last month of September. Moreover, we will see that how many draws have been conducted by both of them. Therefore, see this video till the end and please subscribe my channel. Welcome to my channel. You are watching Meeta's Vlogs. My name is Gurmeet Singh. Let's go to the inventory to see the detail. So first of all, we will see access entry draws. The first draw of access entry in the last month was conducted on September 14. On that time, total 3,250 candidates got the invitations. They have CRS score 510 and above. The second draw was conducted of express entry on September 28. On that time, total 3,750 candidates got the invitations. They have 504 CRS score and above. In the every draw, 500 more people are getting the invitations by the access entry. So the last draw which was conducted, that was on September 28 of access entry, and the draw number was 232. After that, now we see the draws of the PNP. The first PNP draw in the month of September was conducted by the Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan invited on that time 312 candidates from the access entry plus 629 candidates from the occupation in demand. This draw was conducted on the first day of September. Then again, the second draw was conducted by the Saskatchewan on 6th of September. On that time, it invited 302 candidates from the access entry and 458 candidates from the occupation in demand. Okay, we go next. So we see on September 7, Ontario conducted the draw in which it invited 1,521 candidates through the access entry skilled trade stream. Only certain occupations were invited. Again on September 7, Saskatchewan conducted new draw. In that, Saskatchewan invited 521 candidates from the SIA-NP access entry stream and 422 candidates from the occupation in demand. Only some occupations were invited and the list of the no codes is available on the Saskatchewan official site. Next, we see on the same day, September 7, British Columbia invited 370 candidates through the 5 streams of the BC PNP. British Columbia has total 5 streams, so out of them they have chosen the people. These draws, we can see these draws targeted candidates with the job offer only. Next, we see Manitoba conducted the draw on September 8. On that time, it invited total 278 candidates, including 76 candidates from the access entry across 3 different streams of Manitoba PNP. Next, we see on September 13, British Columbia conducted the draw. On that time, it invited 251 candidates through 5 streams of the BC PNP plus 41 additional invitations also it gave to the candidates in those who had the experience in healthcare, childcare and other priority occupations. Next we see that the next day, September 14, Manitoba invited 9 Ukrainian candidates through a special immigration draw that identified those affected by ongoing events in Ukraine. We know that there is a conflict in between the Russia and Ukraine. So Manitoba and some more PNPs are helping the Ukrainians. Next we see that on September 15, Prince Edward Island invited 142 candidates through the labor and accessory stream. A further 5 invitations were issued in the business, work permit and trip north category. Next we see again Manitoba conducted a draw in that it invited 436 candidates including 150 accessory candidates across 3 different streams of Manitoba PNP. We know that in the Manitoba, if somebody has connection, only that person can be eligible. So connection is very important in the case of Manitoba PNP. Next on September 20, Ontario conducted a draw in which it invited 823 candidates through the master's graduate stream, and these candidates had 33 points and or more. Next on September 21, British Columbia invited 341 candidates for the provincial nominee for September 21, British Columbia invited 341 candidates for apply the provincial nomination through a regional PNP draw for candidates with jobs. Those who had jobs and those who were outside Metro Vancouver, they people got the invitations. And additionally, it says that at least 12 candidates were invited through targeted draws for healthcare and education workers. These 2 occupations, people working in the healthcare and people working in the education department. In the education department, those who are working in the those who are working as a early childhood educator, they people have high demand in the Canada. So these 2 occupations are good according to me because they people get invited easily. We go next on September 22, Quebec announced the result of a September 8th Quebec skilled worker draw that invited 1,202 candidates with scores equal to or higher than 620 points on the Quebec skilled worker points grid. Next, September 23, the Northwest Territories launched a new stream for French speakers with job offers in the territory. People speaking the French language also have the high demand in the Canada. In the many provinces also, they people also get nominated easily. If person is bilingual, if person has good score in the French language, so they always have higher chances to be nominated. We go next. On September 23, Ontario invited 306 candidates. These are the access entry candidates through the French speaking skilled worker stream. As I told you that French has higher demand in the Canada, so we can see Ontario invited only people speaking the French language. Invited candidates had CRS score of 322 or more. So these people were in the access entry and they had only 326 score and more than that, but they had the French language, so this was the reason they had been nominated. Next on On September 27, Ontario invited 3 candidates to apply through the foreign worker stream in a targeted draw for the Economic Mobility Pathways project. So only 3 candidates were invited on that time. Next, we see Quebec again conducted the second draw on September 27. Quebec announced the result of a September 15 Quebec skilled worker draw that invited 1009 candidates with 563 plus points on the Quebec skilled worker points grid and job offers in demand occupations located outside Montreal. Quebec does not select the people from the express entry. It has different system to choose the people. They have different eligibility criteria. They do not work with the Canadian government. The Quebec government does all the things on its own. Next, we see on September 27, British Columbia invited at least 260 candidates to apply for provincial nomination through 5 streams of the British Columbia PNP. These draws targeted tech workers, healthcare workers, child care workers, and other priority occupations. Next, on September, Ontario invited 1,179 express entry candidates through the OENP Human Capital Priority streams. Invited candidates had experience in priority tech occupations and CRS score of 496 and higher. September 28, Saskatchewan invited 639 candidates from the SINP express entry stream plus 507 from the occupation in demand. This was the detail of the draws conducted in the last month of September by the express entry and by the PNPs also, all the PNPs. In that, express entry conducted 2 draws, Ontario conducted 5 draws, Saskatchewan and British Columbia conducted 4 draws, Manitoba conducted 3 draws, Quebec conducted 2 draws, and Prince Edward Island conducted only 1 draw. In all these draws, total 19,034 candidates have been nominated. This is not the small number. 19,000 is a big number according to me. So I suggest you make the profile of the express entry, apply the PNPs. Even though if you have less points, don't worry. People are getting the invitation with the less points also. If you have less points, try to improve your score with more band score of the IELTS and also learn the French language, because if you are bilingual, you have higher chances to be nominated and your points also will be enhanced with the 2 languages. Moreover, if you are working in the education department as early childhood educator, if you are working in the health department, if you are working in the tech department, then you have higher chances. With this, I end up the video. And if you want to know anything about any PNP, about express entry, anytime you can write down to me. My email ID is mentioned on the screen. So thank you for watching this video. Be positive always.